Okay guys, today I want to give you guys a couple of tips and tricks for if you're new to Android, coming from iOS or maybe Windows Phone 7. It's a new operating system for you. I just want to give you some tips. Basically these are for beginners, they're not for advanced users, they're just general things here and there that new users should know and get used to. So the first thing, turn it on here and we have the lock screen. Lock screens are different by whatever company designed your phone. Samsung, HTC, they all have different lock screens. So this is our home area, if you like, our home screens. First tip, pinch to zoom, or not pinch to zoom, sorry, pinch to view all your home screens in one page, if you like. As you can see, I've got all mine here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't really have a lot on them. Tap on them, you jump to them. Different again on phones. I know if you pinch Sony Ericsson phones, all the widgets go on the one page, but you don't actually get to see all the separate pages. It's a bit different, but in general, I'm just going to run through these Android tips. This is Android version 2.3, by the way, in case you wanted to know. So, this is a status bar, whatever you want to call it. Just simply drag down. Before that, actually, we have notifications, as you can see. At the right, these are the notifications that will always be on the system, e.g. battery, time, Wi-Fi, GPS, as you can see is on, vibration, network if you have a phone, data network, e.g. 3G, Edge, etc. And on the left, we have our notifications that the user creates. Now, just drag down here, as you can see. This is an ongoing notification that will not disappear unless I tell it to, and I'll tell it to in the app. And you do get notifications down here based on email, SMS, Facebook, Twitter notifications, etc. You just press clear and it gets rid of them. Most phones have a settings tab up here. As you can see, it allows me to change various things, turn things on and off, auto rotation, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS and vibration. So that's a status bar. There will be a lot of things in there if you're a heavy user, but that's if there's a problem with your phone, you might find it there. Okay, so multitasking. We'll jump into an app here. It's just my Twitter, as we can see. Pressing the home button allows you to go home. Now, holding it allows you to bring back the 6 recent apps if they're in memory. Tap on it and as you can see, it's in memory. There's a difference. If you hold the back key, press the back key and then hold it down, it will still tell you Twitter is active in your memory, but it isn't. E.g. when I tap on it, you see it had to load up there, whereas before it didn't. Just pressing back basically quits the application, gets rid of it from your memory. So just a quick tip there for you users. Another thing I just want to mention actually, the date is in the status bar at the top left, as you can see. It's only there when you pull down though. That's another tip. Basically, where will I begin next? Well, we'll begin with a bit of battery usage. If you're a heavy user and you have battery problems, your battery's draining, you can do some things to improve it. Turn off your Bluetooth, turn off your GPS if you're not using it, or turn off your Wi-Fi if you're not using it. All these things drain your battery. Okay, and there's also another thing, add in a wallpaper. Hold down, wallpapers, choose where to add your wallpaper from. Select gallery. Sorry, that battery was low. What did I press there? Oh yeah. That's how you add wallpapers basically, and it'll tell you to crop. Sorry I couldn't do that, but I messed it up there. You can also add live wallpapers, and these may seem very attractive for users. They're basically wallpapers that, as you can see, move. But I wouldn't recommend using them just simply because they use up more battery. I always have a static wallpaper, still wallpaper, because, that reason. They look really nice, live wallpapers, but they do use a lot of battery. On the note of that, if you have a Super AMOLED display, or a Super AMOLED Plus, or just an AMOLED display, use black wallpapers. Basically, when having dark backgrounds, phones with an AMOLED display will use less power, because each pixel on the OLED the screen is it generates its own light. So if on an AMOLED screen, I'm not going to go into it, but on an AMOLED screen, if you have a black image, it's not actually using any battery up. So they do recommend, or very little battery anyway, they recommend you having a black wallpaper if you have an AMOLED screen to use less battery up. On LCD it doesn't really matter. Another thing about battery, use widgets wisely. As you can see, I don't have a lot, but if you do, they do use battery, they sync, etc. And it uses the battery up, and just adding a widget is just simply holding down, pressing widget, and you get a list of installed widgets when it comes up here. And you can just choose one, as you can see. Yeah, widgets use up the battery. You can learn what's using up the battery by going into settings, going to about device, battery use. And here you get a little graph. As you can see, I've had 10 hours on the battery and it's about 60%, which is very good. And you can see what applications are using up your battery most. My display, whatever that is, that's my CPU, etc, etc. It's a nice little handy way to know what's eating up your system. Well, what else? We'll move on to the market next. Obviously you'll be wanting to download apps. This is the current market as it is. A couple of things you should know. When buying an app, you get a refund window. So here we have some paid apps. I'm not going to do it, but you get the general idea. Pay for an app, it'll say, yeah, buy it, download it. You play with it for 10 minutes, I think it's 14, say, and then the end of the 14th minute you decide you don't like the app. Go back into the market, find the app, and there'll be 2 buttons here and here. Actually, we'll just find an app that I have downloaded. Doesn't seem to be many, but you'll have 2 ones at the top that say refund and uninstall. Refunding it will uninstall it anyway, I think, if that's correct. So you can get a refund back. It's a 15-minute refund window on any app on the Android market that you decide to purchase, which I think is a brilliant idea, basically. What else can I recommend? I recommend joining a community, whether it be a community forum, yeah. XDA developers, if you're into modding your phone, Android communities, just Google them and you'll find loads, they're great for advice, tips, they're really nice, nice people most of the time, and you should be alright. There's not really many more tips I can give you to have on. I'm sure if you've been using Android for even a day or so, you know how it works. I'm not going to give you the general lowdown of, oh, here, you tap on this and your apps pop up, Just another point worth noting is you can install non-market apps. The beauty of Android is it's an open system and it's not just the Android market you can download apps on. And do notice I don't know if I have it on here, so multiple Android devices and it gets a bit confusing. Nope. You can use GetJar, that's another market if you like for Android apps. And basically what happens there is you just view it on your web browser. This should work. Yeah, here's GetJar. There's multiple if you Google alternative Android markets. You will get those. As you can see, it's asking me to download the client. I'm not going to because I don't use it that often. And here's your apps, Angry Birds. They are available in the market, but you do get a variety with other alternative markets, maybe apps that aren't available on the Android market. I think that's about it. I can't really give you any more tips, to be honest. Just in general, I've told you can replay them. Not really much else I can tell you in terms of using Android. It's a very much learn and do thing where you learn as you carry on and use it. I would recommend you joining the community though to get more tips, ask questions. If you want to know anything, just simply ask it in the comments and I'll try and reply. Please rate, subscribe and like, and I am thanking you.